So we've been talking a lot recently about how the supposed split in the Republican Party over Donald Trump being the nominee is basically a made-up story. And also how the idea that all Republican incumbents are going to be vulnerable this year because Donald Trump's at the top of the ticket, there's also not much real evidence to support that. But it should also be said that having Donald Trump at the top of your ticket is not the only way that Republicans can screw up elections they might otherwise expect to win this year. The big thing that Democrats really want to try to do this year, other than hold on to the White House, is that the Democrats really want to try to win back the Senate. And the Democrats think it's within their reach to win back the Senate. Part of the reason why they think it's within reach is that there's only one Democratic incumbent who's up for re-election this year who's seen as being in any danger of losing his or her seat. And that one potentially vulnerable Democratic incumbent is Michael Bennet in Colorado. Republicans want to take that seat. They want to flip that seat from blue to red more than any other seat in the country. Republicans think that might be their only shot at picking up a Senate seat this year. But they kind of seem to be blowing this race in a way that, at least so far, has nothing to do with Donald Trump. First, they had trouble with finding a candidate. Despite Michael Bennet's supposed vulnerability, all the Republican Party's top choices passed on the opportunity to take him on. Then when Republicans in Colorado did find a candidate they liked, a state lawmaker named John Kaiser, they had real trouble getting him on the ballot. John Kaiser came up 86 signatures short when he filed his petitions to get on the ballot. By that much. Kaiser had to go to court to persuade a judge to put him back on the ballot, which the judge ultimately did. It was interesting. The judge's argument was that the signature requirement wasn't so hard and fast. It was really about stopping fraud. It wasn't just about stopping mistakes. So a few signatures short, legitimately by mistake, the judge decided no biggie, we'll let it slide. But then this week, thanks to intrepid reporting from a local reporter named Marshall Zellinger at 7 News Denver, we learned that there is another problem with the signatures that got John Kaiser onto that all-important ballot in Colorado. And this one is a doozy.
Someone who collected signatures for John Kaiser turned in these petitions to help earn his spot in the race. And based on what I found, there's now a question on whether or not he actually has enough valid signatures to stay on the ballot. Did you sign that petition?
No, sir.
Did you sign this petition?
I did not.
To be clear, did you sign that petition?
No, I didn't.
Denver 7 has identified more voters who confirm they did not sign these petitions to help former state representative John Kaiser qualify for the crowded Republican U.S. Senate primary ballot, even though their names, addresses, and signatures appear on these documents. Someone has forged your name.
I think so.
So first, I don't curl my R's like that. I don't curl my M's like that. There's no L's in the signature. And then my name's actually spelled incorrectly.
Rachel's signature actually has two problems. The first, whoever printed her name spelled Malcolm incorrectly, which probably should have been caught and disqualified by the Secretary of State's office, but wasn't. The second problem, that's not her handwriting.
So violated.
Someone has forged your signature.
Yeah.
It's just clearly not the way I signed my name.
Denver voter David Keene also did not sign Kaiser's petition. Compare his forged signature with the curly D and curly K to this, his actual signature. 6 other voters who did not want to appear on camera also confirmed that these signatures are not theirs.
Marshall Zellinger, 7 News Denver, doing great, amazing shoe leather reporting there, right? I mean, when a candidate collects signatures to get on a ballot, it's not unusual for some of those signatures to be disqualified, but it is unusual to have actual people whose signatures were forged speaking out on the evening news. And now 7 News has set up a handy tool so Colorado voters can search the petitions that were filed for John Kaiser to get on the ballot to find out if their signatures were forged too. As of today, the Denver District Attorney's Office says they are reviewing the petitions that John Kaiser submitted to become a Senate candidate. When John Kaiser showed up for a Republican candidate forum yesterday, he was asked over and over about these forged signatures. The reason he was asked over and over and over about it is because he refused to answer any questions about it. He just kept saying, quote, "Here's the important thing. I'm on the ballot." That's all he would say over and over. During the forum and in a follow-up interview with Marshall Zellinger, John Kaiser just repeated that exact phrase, "I'm on the ballot," 13 times. And it's true. The first ballots are due to be sent out tomorrow, and John Kaiser's name is on them. But wow, This really is supposed to be the Republicans' best or maybe only shot at flipping a Senate seat in the whole country this year. And their best shot at it is a candidate who didn't technically make it onto the ballot and who appears to have gotten there by some pretty blatant fraud and who cannot answer a question about it to save his life. So you don't need Donald Trump at the top of your ballot to screw things up for you. In the right race, you can screw things up all on your own.